What is going on, players? And welcome back to Hungary for Success with me, FoggyPlays, on FM21. Today we're taking on Anderlecht and Benfica in the Champions League group stage. Or hopefully we can get out of the Champions League groups for the first time in the history of the club. We failed last season. This year, we're probably going to fail again. But at least we're going to try. Form's not been great, so I'm not 100% sure how this is going to go. But irregardless, if you do want to enjoy this episode, do make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It makes a massive, massive difference to the channel. Now let's get into the video. Right, fellas, so like I said, the first game of the episode is going to be against Anderlecht. Hopefully, we can do the business against them. We've not had the best of times since you were here last. We have suffered our first league defeat, and we're currently sitting third in our group, which obviously less than ideal. Juventus pretty much already guaranteed to go through, so we'll have to see how that goes for them when they take on Benfica in the next game. But from the Juventus game, which I think was the last one, I think that was the last game we saw, 7-2. Pretty sure that was the game that you saw. We went and lost 4-1 to Hanvid, which, you know, didn't help. Was not helped by the fact that Kenneth Thornson got himself sent off in the 5th minute, which, you know, not ideal. But to be fair, the lads never really came back from it to begin with. Anyway, then we won 8-1 in the league, or in the cup. As you can see, 2 players got sent off for Minori. Then against Pest, we struggled to a 1-1 draw. We played Juventus again, and Medina scored 2 own goals, because of course he did. Oh, Brain Medina. If he hadn't scored those 2 own goals, we would have been fine. But it would have been 3-3, and we would have been happy out, but no. 5-3. Less than ideal. Then against MTK, we did pick up form again. Mandira and Mary scoring 2 goals, which was quite nice. Did pick up slight knock at the end of the game, which was not ideal. And then we just beat Pushkash Academia 3-1. Barreto scoring 2 goals from corners. No, from set pieces. I can't remember if both were corners. One may have been a free kick. Jan Bartek did pick up an injury, and I was humming and hawing whether I was going to take him off, and then he had to come off. So that wasn't ideal, but we're taking on Anderlecht, and then, like I said, going to take on Benfica. League-wise, like I said, that defeat to Hanvid, not ideal. We are still comfortably atop the league. Ferencváros, Újpest, Debrecen and Újpest sitting 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So it's working out well for them. Carlsberg has been off form until the last game, when I complained about his poor form of late, and he turned around and he was like, I'm going to be a footballer again. And I was like, thank you, my friend. Thank you. So for this game, we are starting with a slightly changed team because of tiredness and injuries. So Carlsberg is too tired to play, as is Grodem. So they're both resting. Vlek is still injured. And unfortunately, Alain Bourdais came to me and said he wanted first team football. And I was like, yeah, no bother. Popped him into the first team. Played him for every game after that. And then he came to me and was like, you're not playing me enough. And I was like, well, do you know what? Get the fuck out. So he is on the transfer list by request. So he's not going to be partaking in the games today. But we're starting with the team that is, I'm going to say, probably the most in form, ? Of everybody. So Perez is going to be our goalkeeper, because as you can see, Werner's recent form has been shocking. Thornton, even though he did get sent off in the Juventus game. Was it Juventus? No, it wasn't Juventus. The Hanvid game. He comes back and he's played a couple of games since. I kind of think that he's fine. Plus that injury to Bartek has put him sitting on the bench. Tinoco is going to be playing at left back, because Maputa is just not in good form, really. Barreto and Stepanenko in central defence. Johansson and Zamorano as our central midfielders. Gilmar and Mary as our wide men. Mandira starting up front with Oriola, who also came to me recently and said he wanted to play more first team football. To be fair, I think he deserves it, but at the same time, the reason he didn't start the last game was because he was exhausted and he needed just a little bit of a rest. So that's what we'd. Oh, I'm gonna point my finger at everybody and be like, "Hey, I have faith in all of you, but except for the strikers, I believe I need you to score goals." That is essentially what we're going out today to do. And they're playing with a very narrow formation. This is going to be an interesting game. I did anger the players, but I have motivated them since. So there's potential for us to do something here. I am slightly weary of Thorson because of the fact that he got sent off against Hanfeed absolutely unnecessarily. But this is fine. If he doesn't get sent off, we'll be laughing. If we can keep 11 players on the pitch, we'll be fine. It is also an away game, so I'm not overly impressed with the fact that both our remaining games in the Champions League are away from home. It's a little bit more awkward for us. Thornton gets the ball across. Oriola heads narrowly wide. Not ideal. Not a great. Still, we've had the lion's share. Well, we've actually had way more than lion's share of possession. We've had 60+%. But we are the early kickoff in our group, so we're going to be setting the target for Benfica, who, like I said, Thornton just picked up a booking. As I said, Benfica, the last time they played Juventus, did actually pick up a victory, so they have previous, and that's just far too easy for Anderlecht. How just... we're going to get knocked out of the Champions League again. Because this result would guarantee that we can't finish any higher than third. I don't really want that to happen. Gilmar, Oriola just heads over. Mandira is not playing well. Tinoco, very central for a left back, goes for a bit of a walk forward, and then back passes to Barreto, tries to find somebody. Unfortunately, couldn't. Johansson gets it out to Thorson. Thorson whips in the cross. Mandira heads it down. Oriola shot is saved by the goalkeeper. Gilmar puts back across. Thorson hits Cullen, and I thought he was going to get sent off there. I was so sure that he was going to just two-footed scissor tackle Cullen. Thankfully, he didn't, because if he did, I think I probably would just get rid of him. I would just be like, yeah, no, this is you're done, buddy. You're done. So we're going to tell the lads that we are not happy with how they're playing. Because to be fair, I'm really not overly impressed. I'm going to say I'm not happy with your finishing for the strikers, because to be fair, they've not been great. Barreto, 6.5 in this game. He was the man of the match in the last game, doing nothing for us in this one. Zamorano's having a slightly poor game. Mandira's not playing great. Mary and Gilmar are both struggling. It's an awful lot of meh so far. If we do finish third in our group, Man United look like they're going to potentially get third in their group. That's not ideal, my friends. Now is it? We're going to demand more, lads. You need to do something, or we're going to go attacking. We're going to make a change. Gilmar, of course, has picked up an injury. Fuskas is going to come on for Mandira. And Barreto is going to come off for Medina. We're going to confirm those substitutes. Let's hope that nobody gets sent off or injured, because that would make me super sad. I also found out what the issue with Oriola's through. And he dinks it over the goalkeeper. It hit one of the defenders on the way through, but I do not care. We have equalised. Want to see who it actually hit though. Fuskas only just on the pitch. Oriola dinks it over, hits Hugma, but it was going to go in regardless. We all know it. I'm going to chuck a bit of encouragement at the lads. See if we can go for a winner. No, this is not how we go for a winner, lads. This is the opposite of winning. This is actually called losing. I had a routine set up for a different tactic that actually came over for some reason with the change that I made just popped up on my main kind of on this corner routine. Don't know why, because the two of them have never been used together. Fuscus, just what are you doing, Fuscus? All right, we might as well just go attacking or very attacking. We yeah, it popped up with a new route. Oh, Tinoco. Oh, Perez, beautiful save. Medina, get rid. Okay, Thorson, just casual. 5 minutes before the end, we're a goal behind. We need a result. Just pass the ball casually, just whatever. Kana dinks around. Oh, what a save by Perez. Come on, I'm gonna try and fire them up. They're playing. It's all in our final third. This is not how we win games, lads. Things aren't going well at the moment. Thorson, big ball forward, searching for anybody, and Anderlecht are going for a fourth. Stepanenko, beautiful tackle, whips it in, and yeah, El Hadj gets his 8th, Anderlecht's 4th, and we are suddenly in the mud. I am far from pleased with that result. I'm going to shout at some of the players individually. Zamorano, you were shocking for like the entire game. Alejandro, terrible. Thorson, furious. Savic, you came on. I completely forgot I even brought you on. You were that bad. Oriola, the only player that played even remotely well for us. And Gilmar's out for 3 weeks. We're knocked out of the Champions League, as we are well aware. The Benfica game now comes down to the fact of whether we can finish third or if we're going to be finishing fourth. And I don't really want to finish fourth because that would take us out of Europe completely. And that is not what we want. We want to at least be in the Europa League. God damn it. Right. The next time you see us, we will be taking on Benfica, and I will let you know how the Ferencváros and Debrecen games go. Hopefully better than this game. What has happened to us this year? Right, fellas, it is group decider time, and of course it would be Benfica that we come up against because we are in a position where we need to at least draw with Benfica. Otherwise, we are up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. Since you were here in the last part of the episode where we got absolutely demolished by Anderlecht, we drew with Ferencváros. Wasn't a great game. Has to be said. Just really wasn't. We weren't doing much. And then we went and beat Debrecen 3-1, significantly better. As you can see, Ferdas Ruffin, our Indonesian striker, played his first league game of the season, scored a brace. As is to be expected, not starting this game though. So it's going to be a little bit disappointed with that. I don't remember the team that played in the first game. So we're just going to go through the team. Perez is in goal, Bartek and Maputa as our wing backs, Medina and Barreto as our centre backs, Oriola and Zamorano in central midfield, Gilmar and Carlsberg as our wide men, Mandira and Fuskis as our strike force. As you can see, I've had a chat with all the players because I did have a team meeting after the Ferencváros game and was like, hey, we can do better. And they were like, what do you mean we can do better? We're doing as best we can. And I was... shit hit the fan. We completely demoralised the squad. So I've had a chat with them. And everything seems to be going relatively well. Oriola has decided he wants to leave the club. So he's going to Salzburg for 5.5 million. Nobody wants Bourdais, so potentially Bourdais will be hanging around for just a little bit longer. And Michael O'Neill is after recovering from his injury, which is decently nice, I guess. I just can't wait for him to come back and actually start to play some football again because he is quite a good midfielder. Fuskas is inspired and motivated. That's what you like to see. Benfica's recent form, not great, has to be said. Our form, a little bit better. I'm starting Mandira over Gorodum today because nothing seems to work at the minute. For the depression game, we played a 4-3-3 because we really didn't have players in wide positions. I think we had one winger available, like just one winger total. Because I sent a couple of players away on a holiday because some of our players were quite tired. Werner has also been in exceptionally poor form. So that is why Perez is back in for today's game. Gilmar, fancies himself. Thinks it's his first game back since he picked up his injury. So it'll be nice for him to get to stretch his legs, shall we say. Some of the groups have already been, the first 4 groups have already been decided from yesterday's games in-game. And there's some strong teams that are going to be dropping to the Europa League, which, fantastic for them. If we can make Europa League, it's probably going to be the toughest Europa League for a long time. Especially if we'll say like Man United drop into the Europa League as well. Maybe just try and play like a little bit of work the ball into the box. Have we had a highlight yet? I'm gonna say we haven't. Okay, here we go. Perez. Well, we had one highlight actually. Perez whips the ball up. Gilmar, one of the shortest players on the pitch, wins a header. Mandira just keeps it in, gets back to Gilmar. Gilmar whips it across. Carlsberg can't beat Odysseus. Carlsberg's been dropping out of form recently. Oh, beautiful ball forward by, was it Bartek? Mandira puts it in the back end, and of course he's offside. Zamorano and Carlsberg both struggling in this game, but I don't think we have a left winger on the bench, so there's potential for us to have to move to like a 4-3-3 potentially. I've a 4-3-3 set up, but it's called all-out attack, and it's not something I'm. Oh, mistake at the back for Benfica. And Fuskas hits the post. Oh, yeah, we've all. It's called all-out attack, and it's not necessarily one that that I want to do. So I'm just gonna sit back. If needs be, we'll swap to it. It is literally just everyone that is on attack, or everyone that can be on attack, is on attack. And Mandira has finally put the ball in the back of the net. We are 1 up against Benfica. If we can keep it like this, then everything is fine. The game is freaking out. Maputa, I did have a word with him as well, told him that he wasn't playing all that well. To be fair, he's not been playing well. He's been pretty bad. But he did quite well there, he's doing. Barreto, he's better with his head than he is with his feet. Zamorano, you can come off for Johansson. Johansson can go to the Mizella. Mazzella, we're going to put Gilmar over on the left and bring on Riffin to play Riffin up front. Riffin did score 2 of his goals in the last game from the complete forward position. So hopefully he can just run around and do good things in the same position. Playing against quite a different team today though. The only issue I'm seeing at the minute is Oriola leaving us. It's going to be a bit of a ball ache. But Bartek, beautiful ball forward for Fuskas. And unfortunately, for their injured left back, gives away a penalty. Which I think Bartek's going to be stepping up to take. Is Bartek still the penalty taker? He is when Carlsberg isn't on the pitch. Bartek just gets a past the keeper. We are 2 up against Benfica. Bartek was actually a player I was considering taking off because he is just a little bit tired. Vlek is on the way back from his injury as well, so we might actually have multiple right backs again, which, that'd be insane if we actually had multiple players who can play in positions. I kind of want to make a change, but I'm not really sure what I want to do. Oriola's tired, but Oriola's not going to be a player in the. I want to bring on Grodem, but who do I take off? Who do I take off? We take off Gilmer and bring on Grodem. He can play on the left efficiently. I've never tried him there. Let's find out. Maybe he's going to turn out to be an absolute worldly of a left winger. He has approximately 5 minutes to prove that he can play in the position. So we'll find out when we get there. So we're going to have 4 strikers on the pitch. Fuskas gets the ball out to Bartek. Fuskas to Johansson. Puts Fuskas through again. Whips the ball across. Oriola shot straight at Odysseus. But it's fine. Oh, Man United have jumped up to second in their group now. And as it stands, we are going to finish 1 point behind Anderlecht, but in the Europa League. So if we didn't get into the Europa League, I was going to be quite disappointed, because then that would mean that we literally have just the league to worry about and the Hungarian Cup, and nobody wants to have to just have that, because that will be less than ideal season. It has to be said. But yeah, we've managed to beat Benfica, so we've qualified for the first knockout round of the Europa League. Got a nice bit of cash money. Speaking of cash money, we also got a bit more money there. We were given more money to spend, if it pops up, more money to spend in the transfer budget. The chairman gave us 8 million extra. Not that we needed it, but I'll take it, I guess. You've already seen the 4 players that are coming in, and Oriola leaving for potentially 5.5 million with a little bit of add-ons. I think it's like 30 million. No, not 30 million. 30% of his future sell-on. So it should be interesting. We are going. I don't think the Europa League is drawn. Yeah, because there's still group games to go. So when you come back for the next episode, you're going to find out who we're playing. Because I don't know who we're playing. You don't know who we're playing. Nobody knows who we're playing. But we'll find out in the next episode. If you have enjoyed this one, though, do make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all of your friends, and I'll see you in the next one.